So the management. So we start off with non-operative management. 100% of the patient will go through this. So this is abduction bracing, or the abduction splinting. So we do abduction bracing because it is dynamic. Allow the child to move the legs and it is comfortable, relatively comfortable. So it is called Paplic harness. So Paplic harness, there were several brands available. So the Paplic harness should be very comfortable to the patient. It should be soft and it should be for our setup. It should be cheaper too. So the indication is less than 6 months. So less than 6 months, we start off with Paplic harness. Even in the single trivial doubt, we start off with Paplic harness. And then what we do is we screen every 6 weeks with ultrasound to follow up. So the advantage of ultrasound is not only diagnose but also help us to follow up the patient to see the progression of the disease, progression of this condition. So what we do is we apply the Paplic harness. So in which position we do apply the Paplic harness? So this is one of the Paplic harness. You see the hip is in abducted position. Hip is in abducted position. One thing, too much of abduction is not good. One thing, flexion is up to 100 degree. It's up to 100 degree. So flexion, this is not enough. This is less than 90 degree. Should be 100 degree. So flexion should be 100 degree. Abduction, it's about 45 degree, not more than 55. So that I didn't mention about the numbers. It's too much and it's complicated. So it's not necessary. So the thing is, it should be stable. It should be stable. So hip is stable in this position. So abducted, external rotated, as well as flexed position. So flexion is not more than 100, abduction not more than 55, and then the foot is not a big deal here. So this is the position of the child, should be the position, and child should be free. And this area is allow the child to change the diaper and everything. So it's relatively comfortable. So how long they have to wear? So it's almost 20 hours. They have to wear completely 20 hours. So they can move. As it is dynamic, they can move. There's a splint called one Rosen splint. Previously we applied. That is it's not dynamic. It's static. So it is not comfortable. That means it's like a Jesus on the cross. So it is not comfortable. But this is not like that. So this is it's actually very comfortable. So child can move the limb. If they want, they can turn. That is not a problem. Main problem is this position. We have to be careful about this position. We don't bother about other things. So this is the thing. So if we miss that time after 6 months, what we have to do is we have to do the close reduction and spica casting. So what is close reduction? We have to give anesthesia at 6 months of age. One thing. Second thing, we have to apply spica casting. That means applying spica casting is on air. So yeah, the anesthetist knows the pain. So that is a patient will be on air, and we have to wrap around with the POP casting. So that means we have to reduce under CR, and then we inject the dye into the hip joint, see the reduction, and then we apply the casting. So that is close reduction and spica casting. If we practice correctly, we can reduce this anesthesia and the spica casting. So the Paplic harness is why I said it is comfortable because of this. So this is the close reduction, and this is the spica casting following the close reduction. This is horrible, isn't it? This is completely immobile, both limbs. And see, this is the perinatal area, and it's go up to the completely covering the tummy. So that means it's very difficult. It's cumbersome. It's cumbersome to mother, child, and everybody. So this is cumbersome. So if we miss the Paplic harness, we have to apply this. So this is called spica. This is spica casting. If we miss the close reduction, so if we miss the Paplic harness, complete conservative manner. So we do arthrogram and confirm the relocation, and then we apply this casting under anesthesia. Otherwise, this is not possible. And then if we fail that too, we have to go for operative treatment. That means open reduction. That means we have to open up. We have to open up the hip. We have to open up the pelvis, and we have to break the pelvis into one, and we have to make the acetabulum by hand. So we have to break the acetabulum and make the acetabulum by hand. And we have to fix it with K-wires because no plates available for a child at the age of 18 months, 1.5 years. So what we have to do is we can fix it with K-wires, and then K-wires is not stable. So what we have to do is again spica. So again spica for 6 weeks. So that is again horrible. So that's why we are talking about the fabric harness, and we are talking about the screening, and we are talking. So this is the see that's grown child, brain is grown. There will be more tantrum, and in addition to that, both legs will be immobilized like this with the sticks in between. So they can't adapt, they can't adapt, and they will be like this for 6 weeks. And if it is failed, we have to redo. And this is another thing will be added in the basket if we miss that with femoral osteotomy. So what the problem is, if you want to have a bone in a place, it will develop normal. If it is not there in the normal place, it will grow haphazardly. So what will happen? The femoral head will derotate, retroverted, and the femoral head will be retroverted. So we can't reduce the femoral head at this stage. So what we have to do is we have to break the femur and turn it up, and we have to fix it temporarily, and then we have to do the acetabulum. We have to break the acetabulum and fix it. So finally, this will be the final result. So see, this is the complete dislocation and the walking aid. What we have to do is this here, the acetabulum has been broken, osteotomized in 2 directions and fixed with K-wire, and the femoral femur has been broken here, that is osteotomy again, and we have derotated and fixed it. So again over that will be the end result. So that is the open reduction and pelvic osteotomy. So this is that. This is just the acetabulum pelvic osteotomy. So another one is a complete full house, means femoral derotation osteotomy and the acetabulum osteotomy and spica casting. So to avoid that, so neonatal examination is very essential, and it is the first line of our defense. It helps us to detect this condition early, and ultrasound screening play a key role in the diagnosis, screening, and the follow-up. And effective communication between the multidisciplinary team will give us a better outcome and help us to prevent morbidity. Actually, these surgeries are very morbid. 18 years old child losing this amount of blood, and a big cut will end up in we don't know. So it prevents a lot of morbidity. So screening people should be very strong. It should be very strong in their knowledge about DDH during their evaluation. And early detection, parental education, and regular follow-up can help to avoid the further surgical intervention. So another intellectual solve problems, geniuses prevent them. So be genius. Thank you for your attention.